Call me crazy if you want, but I've never liked store-bought pesto. I don't know why. I think it's because it never has enough.
Yeah, crazy, Susie, real crazy. It's almost as crazy as the time I was working at a vet clinic and I had to save a child's life. Yes, so the story goes I'm working at the vet clinic and normal, typical day. Okay, checking in a client, a customer, and in the corner of my eye, I see something whiz by. Thought it was a dog owner coming in. But lo and behold, I realize in the next window, a child flies by again. I'm like, person that's in front of me, you wouldn't happen to have a child? No, just my dog's here. I'm like, okay. We have another window. Passing by, I realized that the baby, the child, toddler, has no shoes. Okay, so I'm like, okay. And to back up a bit, we are in a busy intersection. I mean, major traffic area, parking lot craziness, cars come and go. It is dangerous, okay? And on top of that, we have a train station like right down the way. So I turn to my colleague and says, I need to go figure out what this is because my gut's telling me this is going to be bad. So I run out to the other set of doors and I see the baby right there. Was able to catch up with the baby. And I'm trying to get the baby's attention. I'm like, hey, come here. And the baby kind of looks at me like thinking we're playing now. So all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I am trying to coax the baby to come to me. And I'm like, hey, little baby, come here. And she already had crossed one street, okay? It was just a regular, like, street to go into the main, traffic area. So I run across and I'm trying to stop her, run as fast as I can. And this baby's pretty fast. So the next thing you know, all of a sudden, there are no cars coming from the left or the right side. So I'm like, okay, hopefully this baby does not cross the street. And then lo and behold, the baby crosses the street. I am freaking out. And all of a sudden I see cars coming and I'm like, oh my God. So I'm trying to flag cars to stop. Telling them, please stop. But of course, nobody's kind of seeing that. And I'm crossing to run after the baby. Baby's in the middle of traffic. More cars are coming from the to the right, from the left and the right side. And they see me because I'm waving my arms like crazy, trying to get them to stop. All traffic comes to a complete still. I grab the baby and run back across. And the cars are looking at me like I'm a crazy person, thinking that it's my child, of course. Not my child. I run back inside to the office and I say, call 911, please. Somebody realizes how panicked I am and how concerned I am and how I have this baby with this toddler in my arms. And it's like, what just happened? I don't know. One of my other colleagues grabs the baby because they realize I'm like shaking because my adrenaline's going so high, just like, whew. And everyone's already out in the front trying to figure out what just happened, and everyone's saying she just saved this baby from getting hit by cars. So it was such a crazy, like, interesting experience, and I would never wish this on anybody to experience that because that was horrible in itself. So of course this is not done yet. So while I'm there just sitting there like wondering what just happened, the police come. Not that long. I think it was maybe less than 10 minutes. Explain the situation to the police. They look at me and they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. I think the baby's fine. She's playing with with my colleagues and everything's fine. And then lo and behold, they start asking me again, like, where did you see this baby coming from? And I point to our kind of parking lot area. And all of a sudden, the three officers turn around. They're like, oh, yeah, we know. It just so happens they knew who this baby belonged to. And that is not a good thing, okay? The fact that the police knew where this baby came from, red flags, right? So I guess they go to this area, and they even had asked me, like, can you come with us just to confirm this was the area? So I did. I followed the police officers. We went to the area, and they knew right away. They were taking care of it. I kind of went back. They apparently were trying to knock on the door, and so it just so happened that somebody was there, okay? And the police come back to me and say, oh, the person fell asleep and the baby was able to get out of the house. Don't know how, okay? Because there was a gate somehow, a set of stairs, gate. So like it was, I don't know how the baby got out. Two set, I think it was like a door, a screen door, a long set, a staircase, a gate. So I don't know how that happened. So yeah, so they were able to get the baby back to the person. And of course with that, I was like, well, there's gonna be a report of some kind? Of course a report was taken. Information was, kind of said, but all in all, I don't want to put any too much forth effort, or not effort, but information out there, because there were rumors by said police and I guess the neighborhood in general that there was problems in the household with the family. I don't want to use the DRUG word, but there's that. The person had multiple children, nothing wrong with that. Okay, sorry, I kind of had a pause, I had to take a phone call. So where was I? So pretty much, like I said, I don't want to assume anything, but that was the word, that the family wasn't well. So again, I hope and I wish that the family's doing great. Parents are doing great. But at the end of the day, I was a little concerned, and I did about, I want to say 3 days later, I got a phone call from DCFS and explained the situation. I know DCFS social workers, caseworkers have a lot on their plate, and I understand that, okay? I completely understand that. The problem is, when I started telling what happened, the caseworker was referring to a completely different case, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. This is the case, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, yeah. Okay, give me 1 second. She said, I'm assuming to find the file. And she's like, okay, I had to say the story again, jotted down the notes, and all in essence, nothing really was done. Okay, I get it. The baby wasn't harmed in any way, but it was a traumatic experience for me. I think the baby was having fun the entire time. Again, it was a little toddler. She couldn't really speak. I think she was like 3, years old, probably less than that. But not done yet. But again, then I think a few days later after that, the mom came and wanted to thank me for kind of saving her child, and I did appreciate that. I'm not going to go into further detail about the conversation because I don't want to say too much about that. But again, I really, really hope the family is doing great, and the mom is doing great, the dad's doing great. Just in general, the kids are thriving and everything's working fine for them. But yeah, crazy, like pesto, I know. Who knows? Stuff happens, and guess I was at the right place in the right time. All right, thanks, bye.